Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being here for this meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. Before we get started, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Would everybody please rise? And Councilman Schneider, would you lead us this evening?
It'd be my pleasure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And if you please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jonathan. Once again, welcome everyone to this meeting of the Town Board of the Town of Carmel. Thank you all for being here, and thank you for those at home that are watching this meeting. Today's date is Wednesday, April 4th, 2018, and tonight's Town Board meeting is a voting meeting. There's 17 items on the agenda that we'll be acting on this evening, and for the record, all Town Board members are present with us, as well as our Town Clerk, Ann Spofford, all the way down to my right. All the way down to my left is Greg Fulchetti, Carmel Town Council. So before we get started, something new that we agreed that we were going to begin with respect to voting meeting agendas. We're going to allow anybody that's here, any members of the public that are here now, to ask any questions or comment on any of the items that we're going to be acting on this evening. So we're going to allow you to give us your feedback, any questions, comments, or concerns before we vote on the items. So we're going to allow that. Does anybody want to come up on agenda items that we're going to be voting on this evening? You come on up at this time. Okay, there being none, then we're going to move on with the voting item resolutions, voting meeting resolutions. So resolution number 1 is a tabled resolution authorizing scheduling of a public hearing on a proposed local law amending Chapter 89 of the Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Freshwater Wetlands. And the public hearing for that will be May 2nd, 2018. Councilman Schneider, would you read number 1, please?
First, I think we should accept the minutes.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yep, I got ahead of that. Okay, the first item is to accept Town Board minutes of March 14th and 21st of 2018.
Thank you.
I need a motion to.
So, seconded.
So moved by Councilwoman McDonough, seconded by Councilman Schneider. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Town Board minutes are accepted. Okay, so resolution number 1, Councilman Schneider, would you read that, please?
Do you want to open it up for any public comment on any of these?
I did already.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
think
I got distracted with Greg.
You were talking to Greg.
Okay,
Yep.
I appreciate it. Thank
Yep,
you.
no problem.
So this is always. Tabled resolution authorizing the scheduling of a public hearing. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the scheduling of a public hearing at Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, on Wednesday. I believe it's supposed to be May 2nd is the Wednesday. I'll have to confirm
May
that.
2nd?
I believe it's May 2nd is the Wednesday.
Okay. All right.
Because it says May 2nd on the agenda items,
Yep,
but it says May 5th.
May 2nd is a Wednesday.
Okay.
Yes.
So I would like to have it say May 2nd, 2018 at 7 p.m. or as soon thereafter that evening as possible on a proposed local law amending Chapter 89 of the Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Freshwater Wetlands, and be it further resolved that Town Clerk Ann Spofford is hereby authorized and instructed to publish and post the necessary notices in the official newspaper of the town and on the town bulletin board regarding this public hearing. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, offered by Councilman Schneider, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lubinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, resolution number 2 is a tabled resolution, amending a resolution consenting to the dedication of highways. This is for Kirkwood Estates in Mahopac. Councilwoman McDonough, would you read number 2?
Sure. Whereas an application to dedicate Radnor Lane and Allen Road, a.k.a. Spruce Top Drive, in the Kirkwood Estates subdivision to the Town of Carmel, together with a dedication and release has been filed by Kirkwood Estates LLC. And whereas the Town Highway Superintendent and the Town Engineer have recommended that the roads be accepted for dedication. Now therefore be it resolved in accordance with the provisions of Section 171 of the Highway Law of the State of New York that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby consents to the dedication of Radnor Lane and Allen Road, a.k.a. Spruce Top Drive, in the Kirkwood Estates subdivision, and hereby authorizes the Town Highway Superintendent to sign an order laying out said Radnor Lane and Allen Road, a.k.a. Spruce Top Drive, in the Kirkwood Estates subdivision as town highways upon being advised by the town council that all necessary documents required in connection with said dedication have been received, and be further resolved that upon the recommendation of the highway superintendent and the town engineering consultant, the posting of a maintenance bond for said road is hereby waived, since the top course of pavement has been in place for over 1 year. I offer this resolution as read.
Seconded.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, resolution number 3, is a resolution scheduling a public hearing on a proposed local law enacting Chapter 140 of the Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Towing and Storage. And this is going to be for May 16th, 2018. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read Resolution 3?
Yes, and just as you mentioned, the resolution says May 5th, but we're changing it to May 16th, so I'm going to offer it as read. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes a rescheduling of a public hearing at Town Hall, 60 McCaplin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, 10541, on Wednesday, May 16th, 2018, at 7 p.m. or as soon thereafter that evening as possible, on a proposed local law enacting Chapter 140 of the Town Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Towing and Storage, and be it further resolved that Town Clerk Ann Spofford is hereby authorized and instructed to publish and post the necessary notices in the official newspaper of the town and on the town bulletin board regarding this public hearing. I offer this resolution as read.
Seconded.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Schneider and Councilman Borelli. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 4, is a resolution making a probationary appointment of senior typist, senior office assistant, Town of Carmel Recreation and Parks Department. Councilman Borelli, would you read 4, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby appoints Nancy L. Slattery to the position of Senior Typist/Senior Office Assistant at CSEA Group 2, Step 1, salary level, on a probationary basis effective April 16, 2018, subject to the provisions of civil service law and the civil service rules and regulations. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried.
Oh, go ahead, you got
I guess she's not here. I thought Nancy was going to come tonight, but maybe she couldn't make it. But, yeah, congratulations, Nancy. Best of luck in your new position with the Town of Carmel. I know you're going to really do great things for the town over in the Recreation Department, and they're looking forward to you joining them over there. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 5, is a resolution accepting a proposal for insurance. Councilman Schneider, would you read number 5, please?
Yes, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby accepts the proposal of the Spain Agency, Inc. of Mahopac, New York, to provide liability insurance to the Town of Carmel for the period of April 1st, 2018 through March 31st, 2019, in form as is on file in the office of the Town Supervisor, and be it further resolved that the Town Supervisor is hereby authorized to sign all necessary documentation required to accept such proposal. I offer this resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes, but I want to point out a letter that was sent to me, an email that was sent to me today from another local insurance company that requests that this be put out to bid next year, and I have to agree with them. Okay, it's a fairly large contract, and I don't know the protocol, I'm new here. But, you know, last week is due April 1st, and it's a fairly large bid that I think should be bid out. But the vote is yes right now.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes, yeah, I also believe that we had brought that up last time, and because it's NYMER, I believe that it's a set policy based on what our exposure is. And this has gone down 7% over the past year. I'm okay with putting it out to bid, but I think it's based on the qualifications of the insurance agent as opposed to the price, because I believe it's a set price.
Be an RFP?
It's an
anyway,
RFP,
So
yeah.
you would be professional services, so you'd have some discretion in considering the proposals once you receive them.
Okay, thank you.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 6, is a resolution authorizing an award of a bid for bus transportation for the 2018 summer camp program. Suzie, would you read number 6, please?
Sure, whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel has previously authorized advertisement for the solicitation of bids for bus transportation for the 2018 summer camp program administered by the Town of Carmel Department of Recreation and Parks, as requested by Director of Parks and Recreation James R. Gilchrist. And where such bids were received and opened on March 15th, 2018, and a bid opening memo is on file with Town Clerk Ann Spotford. And now therefore be it resolved that upon the recommendation of James R. Gilchrist, the Town Board hereby awards the aforesaid bid to Bauman and Son Buses, Inc., Ronkonkoma, how do you say that?
Ronkonkoma.
Yep, New York, the lowest responsible bidder meeting the specifications for all bus trips scheduled by the Recreation and Parks Department for summer 2018. Be further resolved that upon review of insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute any other and further documentation necessary to accept such bid and contract for said services. I offer this resolution as read.
Seconded.
All right, seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lubinachi?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 7, is a resolution adopting an amended Town of Carmel organizational chart. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 7, please?
Sure, resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby adopts and ratifies the Town of Carmel organizational chart as amended, in form as attached hereto and made a part hereof, effective immediately. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Just as a point of information or a point of correction on this, under the engineering office, Richard J. Franzetti, PE Town Engineer, directly below is the engineering consultant. I thought we discussed this.
I thought it was coming off.
That it was coming off because of what we talked about?
Just that particular position wouldn't be on the chart.
It was off?
Yes, and this is the wrong copy that
All right, so do we have the correct copy?
It's correct, it's filed in the office of the supervisor.
Okay. All right, so should we amend this now?
Yes?
Okay. Board, under engineering office, the engineering consultant position, we're removing that since he is not an employee of the municipality. He's a consultant for the municipality and not an employee. Shouldn't,
Yeah, vendor shouldn't be on the
right, vendor,
organizational.
the consultant should not be on the organizational chart.
Yeah, our assessor's consultant isn't on
Right.
here. The consultant for the architectural, there's nobody else who's a consultant that's on here, so makes sense.
Okay, as amended, John?
Sure, as amended by removing engineering consultant within the engineering office on the chart, and as pre-filed in the town supervisor's office.
The town clerk, well, yeah.
I think it's in your
Is
office,
it my
per
office?
Annie, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Last week you had the correct one. You had the
Yeah.
correct one last week.
Yeah, okay.
I'll second that.
Okay. All right, seconded by Councilman Schneider, roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lubinachi?
Yes,
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried, thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 8, is a resolution authorizing budget modifications, number 2018/01. Councilman Borelli, would you read that, please?
Whereas the Town Comptroller, Mary Ann Maxwell, has reviewed the proposed budget modifications/revisions for the period ending February 28, 2018 with the Town Board, which are detailed and explained on the attached budget revisions schedule 2018/01. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes and ratifies the budget modifications/revisions for the period ending February 28, 2018, as shown itemized on Schedule 2018/01, which is attached hereto, incorporated herein, and made part hereof. I offer the resolution as read.
second?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Schneider and Councilman Lupinacci, roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lubinachi?
Yes,
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 9, is a resolution authorizing fund balance modifications. This is from the Office of the Town Comptroller. Councilman Schneider, would you read 9, please?
Whereas the town comptroller has reviewed the draft year end fund balances, analysis for years 2011 through 2017 with the town board, which are detailed and explained on the attached schedule. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel hereby authorizes the increase of reserves for the compensated absence reserve fund and designated for capital funds, capital project fund under general fund, as well as an increase in the reserve for snow removal, roads under highway fund for the years 2011 through 2017, as shown itemized on the schedule attached hereto, incorporated herein, and made a part hereof. And just before I offer it, I'd just like to kind of go over it. There's, from 2011, the general fund went from a balance of just under 3.1 million, and we're doing a resolution to increase the 16-17 years. It'll bring it up to over 8.4 million on the general fund equity. On the highway fund for general and highway equity, it's going to go from just over just over 450,000 on the highway fund in 2011 to 1.75 million in 2017. So the town board has been doing a great job of bringing this back up after we went through some really tough times economically before this turn of the decade. And we got back Moody's, so I'd say it's been a pretty good job financially on getting the town back to where it needs to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And on that, I'll make offer the resolution. Yeah.
Second.
All right, offered by Councilman Schneider, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. All right, next resolution, number 10, is an amended resolution authorizing Chief of Police to proceed with the purchase of new police vehicles.
Before we do that, I'm sorry, I forgot to commend our town comptroller,
Yeah.
too. She's been exceptional at helping us with it as well.
Just waiting.
It's kind of been on her, yeah.
Great job. Thank you. All right, Councilwoman McDonough, would you read Resolution 10, please?
Yes, resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Chief of Police Michael Kazari to proceed to purchase 2 new 2018 Dodge Charger all-wheel drive police vehicles from Robert Green Truck Division, Rock Hill, New York, at a unit cost not to exceed $34,611.69 under Onondaga County Number 8771 statewide piggyback bid pursuant to the General Municipal Law, Section 103-16. And be further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Chief of Police Michael Kazari to proceed to purchase 1 new 2018 Dodge Durango police vehicle from Robert Green Truck Division, Rock Hill, New York, at a unit cost not to exceed $39,198.42 under Onondaga County Number 8771 statewide piggyback bid pursuant to General Municipal Law, Section 103, parentheses 16. And be further resolved that the Town Supervisor, Kenneth Schmidt, is hereby authorized to sign all necessary documents to purchase said vehicles from Robert Green Truck Division in accordance with their contract. Quotations dated January 2nd, 2018, and March 20th, 2018. Be further resolved, the Town Comptroller, Marion Maxwell, is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget revisions to effect the aforesaid purchase transactions authorized herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Seconded?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 11, is a resolution in opposition to utilization of pilot program for the New York State-owned lands. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 11, please?
Whereas real property owned by the state of New York is currently assessed by the local municipality where the state-owned land is located, and whereas Governor Andrew Cuomo is proposing to convert the local assessment on state-owned land into a payment in lieu of taxes pilot program based upon existing amounts to be increased each year by allowable levy growth factor, and whereas the proposed program will result in the loss of local assessment of state-owned land, as well as loss of tax revenue to local municipalities due to changes in value not reflected in a pilot agreement. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby states its strenuous opposition to the conversion of the assessment of state-owned land via imposition of the pilot program proposed by Governor Cuomo, and instead supports the maintenance of local control over the assessment of state-owned property. And be it further resolved that Town Clerk Ann Spofford is hereby authorizes to transmit a certified copy of this resolution to Governor Andrew Cuomo, Senator Terrence Murphy, and Assemblyman Kevin Burns. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Borelli. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
And Councilwoman McDonough is absent.
Absent.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thanks. Okay, next, resolution number 12 is a resolution in opposition to New York State takeover of taxation of utility property on private rights-of-way. Councilman Borelli, would you read 12, please?
Whereas utility property located in private rights-of-way in the state of New York is currently assessed by the local municipality where such utility property is located. And whereas the New York State Legislature is considering legislation directing the Commissioner of Taxation and Finance to submit a report analyzing the economic policy and legal objectives that would be served by an assessment ceiling program for all public utility mass property within the state. And whereas this proposed program will result in the New York State takeover of the assessment of utility program located in private right-of-ways. Whereas this proposed program will result in the loss of local assessment of utility property in private right-of-ways, as well as a possible loss of tax revenue to local municipalities due to the program not adequately reflecting the value of the property. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby states its strenuous opposition to the proposed takeover by New York State of the assessment of utility properties located in private right-of-ways, and instead supports the maintenance of local control over the assessment of such utility property. And be it further resolved, the Town Clerk Ann Spofford is hereby authorized to transmit a certified copy of this resolution to Governor Andrew Cuomo, Senator Terrence Murphy, and Assemblyman Kevin Byrne. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 13, is a resolution authorizing advertisement for bids. Councilman Schneider, would you read 13, please?
Resolved that the town engineer, Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., is hereby authorized to advertise for bids for the reconstruction of Sycamore Park tennis courts and basketball courts. Be it further resolved that upon finalization and completion of bid specifications, the town engineer is to furnish detailed specifications for the above to the town clerk, Ann Spofford, which are to be used in conjunction with the town's general bid conditions and specifications. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes. Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 14, is a resolution authorizing replacement of generator for Carmel Water District Number 8. Susie, would you read 14, please?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of Carmel Water District Number 8, hereby determines that a public emergency exists with respect to the emergency generator failure and the loss of standby power at the Crest Road Pump Station in Carmel Water District Number 8 during the recent series of winter storm events. And be further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the purchase of a 60, is that kilowatt?
KW?
KW, Generac generator unit from Gentech Limited, New Windsor, New York, at a cost not to exceed $25,890, and in accordance with the quotation dated March 6, 2018. Be further resolved, the Town Supervisor, Kenneth Schmidt, is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal and authorize the actions contained herein. And be further resolved, the Town Comptroller, Mary Ann Maxwell, is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. Order for this resolution is read.
Seconded.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Schneider. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Just for the benefit of the public, this new generator is replacing a generator that failed during nor'easter Riley. The first nor'easter, it was a very old Army surplus, military surplus generator that we bought years ago. It's just no longer serviceable. It's beyond repair, so we need to replace that generator. That services the Crest Drive water tank. So that's actually, that pump has to be maintained to pump water over to the Kings Ridge, Prince Road section of Water District Number 8. So it's imperative that we get a generator at that location that is going to function during power outages. So that's why we're replacing this generator that was there. Old, aging, military surplus, and it's beyond repair. Okay, next resolution number 15 is a resolution reconstituting the Town of Carmel Cable TV Committee. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read that, please? 15?
Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby reconstitutes the Carmel Cable TV Committee and hereby appoints the following persons to the committee to serve at its pleasure. Armanda Famiglietti, Gordon Lee Updegraff, Francis Monaco, Robert Shaniel. Be it further resolved that Frank Monaco is hereby appointed chairman of said committee. I offer this resolution as read, and I apologize for any butchering of their last names.
Just slightly. Not bad, not bad.
Okay.
All right. Who seconded that?
No,
I can second.
Oh, Susie.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Roll call vote.
Can't say
Councilman
no.
Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution is, number 16, is an amending and adopting the Town of Carmel Employee Handbook. I believe we're going to table this.
Yeah, I'd like to table it just for 2 weeks, because we're in a conceptual agreement with all of our collective bargaining units on one point in particular, and we would like to have that incorporated into the handbook to cover all employees. We were told by our Labor Council that he would be able to get that done, and we could vote on it in 2 weeks.
So you want to make a motion to table? Or did you just do that, John?
Just did.
I
You
second the
just did?
motion.
All right, I need a
Second.
second.
Second the motion.
Second by Councilman Lupinacci to table. Roll call vote to table.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes.
Ken, can I
Motion
add
to
something here
table.
on that too?
Sure.
Real quick?
Yeah.
That was one that we tabled a while back.
Yeah.
And if we did it tonight, I was supposed to say that the employees that reached out to me, thanked the board, they worked out the differences between both attorneys.
Oh, great.
Were they perfectly happy? No, but I'm quite sure we're not, it's an employee handbook, so no one's going to be 100% happy. But they did say thank you for tabling it, and they worked it all out.
Okay, great. Thanks, Mike. Okay, next resolution, since Councilman Borelli didn't read 16, we're going to have you read 17. So Councilman Borelli, would you read 17? It's a resolution authorizing entry into contracts.
And now I have to find it.
There you go. There you go.
Resolution. Whereas appropriations have been made to the 2018 town budget for entry into various contracts for the provision of various services to the town of Carmel, and whereas said contracts are on file in the office of the town supervisor for the inspection and review of all town board members. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel hereby authorizes the town supervisor to enter into and execute on behalf of the town contracts with the following contractors for the services indicated in an amount not to exceed that set forth below. Contractor, Mayapack Falls Volunteer Fire Department, Fire Protection District 1, $753,460. Carmel Volunteer Ambulance Corps, Ambulance District 1, $150,000. North Salem Volunteer Ambulance Corps, Ambulance Services District 1, $12,800. I offer the resolution as read.
Second?
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Schneider?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you.
Order.
Okay, that, ladies and gentlemen, that completes the town board voting meeting agenda for this evening. Is there any members of the public that are here now that would like to come up and speak on the agenda items that we just covered? Come on up at this time. Okay, there being none, is there anybody here for new business, the open forum portion of the meeting where you can come up and address any questions, comments, concerns you have for town-related matters? Must be a business owner, taxpayer, property owner to speak at this portion of the meeting. Anybody like to come up? Okay, there being none this evening, does the town board have any comments they'd like to make? Any announcements? Jonathan, anybody down this way? You got anything coming up?
Tax day.
Text?
So that's the only thing I can think of right now.
Yeah.
Really successful Easter egg hunt, right?
Yeah, that was really amazing.
That was
That
cute.
was excellent, yeah. I just want to mention that yesterday, myself, along with other elected officials and municipal representatives from Westchester, Putnam, and Dutchess counties met with the NYSEG leadership, NYSEG officials over at the Brewster Division. It was a very, very good meeting. The dialogue was really productive. I believe that NYSEG has indicated to the officials that were there that there are going to be many changes that will be made to the NYSEG's protocol with respect to preparedness and responses to events such as the nor'easters that we had in March, where we sustained major damage to the NYSEG infrastructure. So I think that they realized that changes need to be made. They indicated that changes are forthcoming, and that once these changes are made to their response protocols that they have and their mobilization protocols, that they're going to share that with the municipal leaders. So they did acknowledge that there were some, concerns that they had with respect to how it was handled. So once they forward those changes to the municipal representatives that were there, and they did indicate that their emergency action plan or preparedness plan, once it's amended and adopted by them, that they will share that with us. So at that which point, I will share that with the community, because there were a lot of concerns by residents and business owners in this community with respect to how NYSEG and other utilities handled the outages from the storm. So I believe that the changes are forthcoming, and also they indicated that they're going to be making major infrastructure changes to the current system. They're going to be installing Class 3 telephone poles, which are much stronger telephone poles than currently exist. So moving forward, any new telephone poles will be replaced with these Class 3 type poles, which are heavier in design, that could withstand a heavier hit by, let's say, a tree limb or a tree, perhaps if it's struck by it. Also, equipment changes. They're going to be making upgrades and improvements to equipments in their circuits. The circuits are the substations that you see around town, and the new equipment will be able to isolate certain outages where widespread outages currently would occur for failure in the system. The new equipment that they're installing, they indicated that they'll be able to isolate that particular break or damage to the infrastructure, and they'll be able to restore power quicker and a lot faster back to the grid. So, hopefully it sounds encouraging. It sounds like they're trying, they're making an effort to make changes to the NYSEG system. So I'll keep you posted once I become aware. It's going to be, several months from now before they, implement those changes. But they did indicate that we will become aware of those. And I'll share that with the community, which, when I receive it.
Kenny, anything with the broken poles?
The broken poles or the double poles?
Double poles.
The double poles. The double poles, they indicated, are not their responsibility. Once NYSEG moves their equipment
Passed it
off
to Verizon.
It's Verizon. Verizon's responsible for all these double poles, they call them. You see them all over town, and it's really Verizon's responsibility to move those. I don't know why they haven't. Some of them have been there for years. And it's just, I don't know, it's very disheartening that a utility such as Verizon can't catalog where all these poles are and then dispatch crews to move the equipment from the old pole to the new pole, then remove the old pole at the same time.
Maybe we could tie that into negotiations on the cable.
Yeah, true, yeah. It's a good point, Mike, yeah. So that's all I have with regards to NICEAG.
Sorry, there was just one more thing I forgot
Yeah, okay.
to mention. As we did Resolution 9 tonight, and we talked about the modifications on the overall fund balances, they're going from 3.5 up to over 10 million. Not once do we break the 2% mandate cap that we have from that. So, again, thank you to Mary Ann and Supervisor and the town board for 6 years of increasing fund balance and not breaking a
And not
2%
breaking
cap.
the cap. Yeah, no, and
But
thanks.
no guarantees for the future.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. Yeah, I really, and you said it, I think, credit to the town board also, Jonathan, for working on that hard, too, so.
Well, I mean, also, if we're gonna give credit where credit's due, I think we do have to thank the employees, because they did negotiate tough contracts, but at the same time, they were willing to help the taxpayers and also, help themselves. So you have to tip your cap to the three unions and the employees, because, they helped, and it was tough negotiations, but they absolutely saw it and they helped, so.
Good point, John. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Yep. Okay, anybody else have anything else they want to add? All right, we have executive session this evening, so we're going to be closing the meeting from executive session. We're not going to be coming back out. The one executive session item we have is with Police Chief Mike Kazari and Lieutenant John Dearman to discuss a personnel matter. So I need a motion to go into executive session. So moved by Councilman McDonough, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everyone.
Pleasure.
Be well. We'll see you next Wednesday for a town board work session.